Hi, I'm Brenda Adamson, owner and salsa chef for Native Roots Salsa Company. Welcome to our channel. Today I am making sushi. Yep, that's right, sushi. I'm going to use our Just Hot Enough green salsa. We've updated the recipe. It now includes roasted peppers, tomatillos, and white onion. It always had those ingredients, but now we are doing a little roast on those to give it a little more blackened flavor. It is delicious. I've also, for today's show, added some avocado chunks to use in it, and you can do that at home too. It is great. Just chunk up an avocado, throw it in that tub of salsa, stir it up, and you are in business. So let's go over the ingredients for today. We're going to be using some pre-cooked shrimp. I did not steam or boil these shrimp. I went ahead and bought pre-cooked shrimp. I've prepared them in a couple of different ways. We've got some chopped shrimp, and then I've got some that I have split in half, almost all the way in half like this. And then I've got a couple of pieces that I flattened out. You cut them on the underside, flatten them out, that I can use on the top of the sushi. I've got some finely minced ginger. I've got some finely minced green onion, some watercress. If you have shiso or any of the leaves that you can buy at your Asian markets, definitely you can use those. I had watercress on hand, and I've got some scallion tops that if you cut them thin enough and put them in cold water, they will curl. So that's going to be part of our garnish. Got some crispy onion topping. You can buy crispy shallots at the Asian market. I just picked these up at the grocery store. They are delicious. We've got some pickled ginger. I've got a Japanese togarashi. It is a pepper and sesame seed sprinkle. This stuff is hot, guys. It's really hot, but it's good. Furikake, I think I said that right. This is a roasted black seaweed and sesame seed. And I'm going to be using some of this because the sushi that I'm making today, Oshizushi, I think that's what you say. I'll put it on the screen. It's not rolled, and it's not going to be rolled in seaweed. And I did want a little seaweed in mine, so I'm going to sprinkle this in the rice. We're going to actually do some mixing into our rice for the sushi. I've got some white soy sauce here and some wasabi, a little tube of wasabi. And also some black and white sesame seeds. I just keep sesame seeds here at the house and made my own mix. I've already prepared the sushi rice. So this is sushi rice that I cooked in my Instant Pot. You rinse the rice 3 times. You want to get the water as clear as possible. And then it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So I used 2 cups of rice and I did 2 cups of water. I cooked it. When it was done, I added the sushi vinegar to it, which you can find experts that can tell you what the ratios are. I have a Sam Choi cookbook that had a sushi rice vinegar recipe in it. It was basically, I think, 3 tablespoons of rice vinegar, 1.5 tablespoons of sugar, and a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And you heat that up and you dissolve everything. When your rice comes out of the cooker, you're going to sprinkle that vinegar over it using one of these little paddles, and you just cut it into the rice and let the rice cool, and it'll absorb all of that vinegar. And it's really nice. It seasons your rice great. So I'm going to have to move some of this stuff off the board so we can get started. I bought a new little sushi making kit. I have the bamboo rollers. I can do that. Didn't want to do that for today. Didn't want to do that on camera. That's always an iffy proposition. But this is a little sushi making kit. These come in bamboo. This one is plastic. It also has the V bottom and a rounded bottom with a different pusher top. So I can make a rolled sushi if I would like. So this is just the small square. I will wet this down to make sure our rice doesn't stick, or at least try to make sure our rice doesn't stick. And that's what we're going to be doing. We're not going to actually put the topping or the fish in the middle. We're going to put it on top. And hopefully it'll make it a little bit easier. And I've got some beautiful chopsticks that my Uncle Murph gave me probably when I was 10 or 11 years old. So they're pushing 50 years old. They're old, but they're beautiful. I'm not going to actually eat with those today, but I did want to show them because I've kept them forever. No matter where we've moved, they've gone with me, and it's one of the things I've actually kept up with for all these years. I love them. So let me clear the decks here, and we're gonna mix up the rice. Once this rice came out of the Instant Pot, I do not have one of the bamboo sushi rice bowls that's traditional. One of these days I'll get one. And I just put it in a glass dish and cut the vinegar in. You can see it's cooled down a lot, but you do want it it's gonna be sticky. That's what you want. So I'm gonna add some additions to this rice. I actually thought about de-seeding and chopping a jalapeno and putting in it. Didn't prep that, so I think we're gonna skip it this time. So I'm gonna take some scallions and sprinkle some scallions in the rice, green onion, whatever you call it. And then I'm gonna take some minced ginger and sprinkle a nice amount of ginger in here. All right. And then some of our furikake. And probably a little more sesame. All right, so I'm just gonna work this in. You know, at this point, it might be easier to dump it into a bowl, but don't want to dirty up anything else, so we're gonna go with this. I'm not smashing it, I'm just cutting through it to try to get this mixed in. Probably be a little bit easier to do when it's warm, not hot. You don't want it still steaming necessarily, but when it's warmer than this. Let's see. That looks pretty good. Now, this is all to taste, so if you want more sesame seeds or green onions or ginger, more or less, or the jalapenos, that'll work. Just add what you want. All right, so we've got our rice flavored and mixed up. Now, let's see, what's the best way to do this? I'm gonna wet this mold down. Dry out my cabinet here in a minute. Definitely want this to be wet because this is what we're gonna press with. I'm gonna wet my hands before I get started, clean hands. So I'm gonna take some of this rice and I'm gonna start laying it into this mold. And we're gonna pretty much fill it up because we're gonna pack it down. That's why I told you sticky rice. Now, for complete transparency, this is the first time I've done this way, using this mold, or made this style of sushi. So, my dogs are going crazy. There must be a delivery or somebody outside. Probably somebody walking down the street with a dog. So, as I push down on this, the sides do want to bulge out a little bit. So I'm holding the edge of that mold. Get it wet again. Make sure you clean up these sides really good. Hopefully you're getting a pretty good view of this. I'll try to, when I edit the video. So this is 2/3 of the way full. All right, so now I'm going to lay in some of our shrimp. So we're gonna put a piece of shrimp in. I'm gonna take some of our watercress and lay in. And then do some more shrimp. And some watercress. Kind of see how we're going down the line here. There's a shell. Don't want it there. Don't want that in the. That might ruin the sushi. I want to make sure that we have some of the watercress showing between our shrimp. Let's go for another one here. Just think about your presentation. Try to put them all in the same direction. That's not going to work. Put this little puppy in here. All right. Now, that is all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna come back in here and I'm gonna press this down onto the rice. I want this as tight as possible so that it holds its shape. Okay, guys. Got a couple of other things I forgot to mention. I've got some Salmon Roe that I'm going to be using. I've got some black Tobiko, which are fish eggs, that I'm going to be using. And I've got some sambal mayonnaise. It's a spicy mayonnaise. And then I've got another mayonnaise that I added some dashi and a little mirin and some yellow mustard powder to. It is bold and strong and just tons of umami. I would use that sparingly. I didn't have any Kewpie mayonnaise, so I was trying to kind of duplicate what that might be like. Using Hellmann's as my base. I didn't want to make mayonnaise for this, so let me grab those things and we will start cutting, cross our fingers, and garnish. So no fancy squirt bottles here. These are ketchup and mayo bottles for picnic, but it's what I had, so. And then here is the caviar, the Tobiko, the black Tobiko. Let's see if you get a good look at that. And then our Salmon Roe. I bought this at the H-E-B here in Austin. You can buy it over where they have the smoked salmon, buy the frozen shrimp and smoked salmon and crab and stuff like that. It was not expensive and it will serve its purpose. We don't have to have anything fancy schmancy for this, but it'll make a nice addition. So the one thing I need to make sure of is I have a very sharp knife. This is not my favorite. My husband is the only one that can really make this work. All right. And I do want my knife wet. I think that's gonna help it not stick. So this is nice because it has cut marks and I don't have to try to hold the sushi together while I'm cutting it free-handed. So I'm gonna try to do gentle cuts. Clean that knife off. Yeah, that one, I didn't clean it and it did drag. So you definitely want to clean your knife between cuts. All right, here's the real trick. Getting it out of here and off this little, out of the mold. All right. Just gonna slide the tip of my knife right down the side. A little extra insurance here. All right. Hold your breath. Now I'm going to use my brain. All right. That's one. Now I've got to get it off the board. So I'm going to just run the tip of my knife right underneath the edge. If I touch them enough, they might fall apart. They're packed pretty good though. All right. So now I want to add just a little dollop of our spicy mayo. And this has got sambal oelek and what is the one with the red rooster? I'm having another senior moment. The one that everybody uses. And I'll put it on the screen when I think about it. All right, so a little dollop. Put the glasses on so I can see what I'm doing here. Just keeping it real. Now, mine does have the chili garlic in it, so if you put that in there, it may clog your tip up. Don't forget that. So now, this is going to be good. I'm going to try to use these. I'm going to put some. I may end up grabbing a spoon. We'll see. If I can get all the rice off of me. All right, in between, hold it here. And there. Let's see if I can make my fingers move here. All right, so I want some Salmon Roe. Each one of these. And we had this Salmon Roe for New Year's. This is not necessarily something that I keep at my house. But now that I understand how to make sushi rice better than I used to, I might be doing a lot more of this because that can get awfully expensive. And I have done raw fish. You just need to make sure that you get sushi grade and frozen, preferably. That just is a little extra insurance. Okay. So if I can pick this one up. Got it. I lost it. Where'd it go? Right there. All right. Put that back on there. All right. And what do I want to put on here now? I think I want to put some green onion curls. I can actually find some that got curly for me. Now, if you've got microgreens, which we have grown before, wasabi microgreens are hot, they are delicious. That would be great on here. Radish microgreens would be really nice on here. Any kind of microgreen that you like. Whatever you've got, you know how that is. All right, now let's see what we want to put on there. Let's put, for some texture, so let's go in with a little piece of crunchy, crispy onion to kind of reinforce that flavor. And these aren't super salty. They're lightly salted. But it's kind of fun. It's a little bit of a challenge. And then I've got this dashi mayo. Don't want a whole lot. All right. And let's see, do we want anything else? Let me clean up my plate here. You know what, I'll just hide that, is what I'll do. Some wasabi. And a little ginger. Now I know you can get wasabi powder and mix your own. I've never tried the tubes, and I haven't ever ground the root. I don't even know, probably in an Asian store I could find that. So I'm gonna give myself a little dollop of wasabi. And get a clean utensil here. I certainly don't want to stick any yucky stuff down in here. And let's do some ginger on our plate. All right. One down. Now I'm going to try to at least get one more made for this video. And then I'm going to eat this because I'm not going to put it in the refrigerator. I'm hungry and I want to eat. So there's a pretty good picture of that. I'm going to put it out here on our little tray and give myself some room. I've got to clean up. Like, you could get spicy tuna. Let's do some spicy shrimp. So I'm not going to do a whole bunch. I think I need to cut this into some smaller chunks here. I still want it to be identifiable. do have. Pretty much the same ingredients here, guys. Gonna add a few scallions. Not gonna put any ginger in it. I am gonna use some of the Tobiko, and I'm gonna get a spoon for this one. I could put this on top, but I think I'm gonna mix it in. I think it would give it a nice contrast. I'm gonna use just, I'm gonna put a little bit of that in there, because it's gonna give us some underlying umami that I think will be really nice. And a little salt. And then we're gonna put, all right, again, chili garlic. It's gonna clog up your squeeze bottle. So, maybe a tablespoon. Not much, but you know, that's up to you. If you want more of the sauce on your shrimp, by all means. Alright, and if you have the orange masago, the orange flying fish roe, that would be good in here as well. This is going to give it a little pop. I think that'll be really nice. So this part's done. Let's do this. Now I could put rice on the bottom and pushing this down. There is a special box that you can buy for this type of sushi. And it may have just been the kit that I bought, where this piece fits the entire area, which would really make it nice because then you don't have to move it back and forth like I have been. All right, let's do this. Probably that would be a better idea. Again, I'm gonna put my eyeballs back on. Better with a wet knife. Now everything here that we're using is cooked. So if you wanted to do this for a little party or a few people, or even as a sushi party and do it together, this mold comes with 3 pieces, so you could actually have everybody get in on the action. That might be kind of fun. But you could definitely do this ahead. Just cover it and put it in the refrigerator and hold it for your party. All right, so same gig here. I'm gonna go down very gently. All right. The sink is my trash can today. And I'm going to start lifting up on our mold. See if I can't achieve extraction here. And again, this is my first time doing this. You know, so if you've got some patience, and by the way, it is early in the morning, so I still have my patience. And you definitely don't need to go out and buy anything special as far as dishes. I got the chopsticks, these chopsticks at the grocery store. I've had them for a long time because we've had the sushi making, the bamboo rollers for a long time. Bring this up just a little. Okay guys, so my other camera, aka my other phone, the battery went dead halfway through the taste test and the exit. So I'm gonna do this again. I don't know, I can't see how much of the video it caught, so we're gonna start over again. Not really start over, but we'll do a couple of taste tests. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. We'd love for you guys to come along with us. We'd love for you to come see us at the market if you're in the Austin, Central Texas area. We're at the Texas Farmers Market, Lakeline on Saturday and Mueller on Sunday. Sustainable Food Center markets at the Sunset Valley Burger location on Saturday, and at the Barton Creek Farmers Market on Saturday at Barton Creek Mall. So come by and say hey, come pick up some salsa. We usually have some samples, so if you haven't tried it before, come hit us up for a sample. We'd love to see you and say hello. This sushi was great. It was easy. I'll put the link for the molds that I bought down in the description. I did get them off of Amazon. There's tons of them on there. I don't have any affiliate links. So just take a look around. But you saw it was really relatively easy, and this is the first time that I've ever made the sushi in those molds or in this style. I don't know if the other camera caught the taste test, so I'm gonna go ahead and taste these again. This is my breakfast too. So this is the one with our salsa. That is perfect on the cream cheese roll, because cream cheese is kind of bland anyway, and that acid and the heat from the tomatillas and the heat from the peppers and that creamy avocado plays off of this perfectly. This is the sushi that we had with the shrimp and the watercress and the salmon roe. Those salmon eggs just pop, and salty little burst. It's delicious. And then I'm going to try the one with the togarashi, which is the Japanese pepper powder basically, and sesame. And the Tobiko, the black fish eggs, and the shrimp salad with the sambal and sriracha. I'm smiling because when you bite down on those Tobiko, it's like little fireworks going off in your mouth. They pop. Very good. Easy recipes. If you love sushi, you've been to the restaurants, it's expensive. This was done pretty much on a budget. This was about $4 worth of pre-cooked shrimp, a $2 bag of rice. You know, for probably 15 or 20 bucks worth of ingredients. Ooh, that togarashi hot. You can do your own little Friday night special. So if you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do hit that notify bell. We'd love to have you guys come along, and you don't want to miss one of these. When David's here, we usually do a little bit of this and usually have a cocktail, but it's so early this morning. No sake for me right now. Tonight, maybe. Yeah, come see us at the market. Again, Saturdays and Sundays. And I don't know what else there is to say other than have a great day. Thanks for coming along for this episode, and until the next video, have a good day.
Was it all just a dream, just all in my head?
The maid comes on Sunday. That's me after the market. See ya.
Tell me and be honest. Tell me, did you know that you would be leaving me just like the winter's snow? Tell me and be honest. Tell me, should I've known that you'd be leaving me so painfully quiet and slow? I try my best to move